When I picked up the phone to call my son Jake and ask about his wedding date, my daughter-in-law Sarah stared me dead in the eyes with this creepy-ass smile and goes, "Oh, we already tied the knot yesterday. We only invited the VIPs." Boom! Felt like someone dumped a glacier on my head. VIPs? Me who'd been shelling out their $600 monthly rent for 3 straight years, bought every damn stick of furniture in their crib, and stocked their fridge when they were scraping by on ramen. Nah, I wasn't VIP material. I stood there in my own living room, phone feeling like a friggin' brick in my hand, watching Jake dodge my stare while Sarah plopped down on the couch I'd paid for. That soft blue dress I'd splurged $250 on for her big day was gathering dust in my closet, along with the shiny new heels and my dumb dream of being in Jake's wedding pics I'd never even see. For weeks I'd been plotting every detail like a boss, stashed away $1,500 as a wedding gift, called my sister Lisa in LA to spill the tea, scrubbed my house top to bottom, thinking maybe they'd swing by after the ceremony for some family vibes. All that crumbled in a hot second with those toxic words, "only the VIPs." Jake finally looks up and mumbles in this scripted voice, "Mom, it was super intimate, just us and the witnesses." But I knew he was full of crap. I scrolled through the pics on Insta later, saw Sarah's folks beaming next to the happy couple, her siblings clinking champagne glasses, Sarah in that white gown I'd basically funded with the $900 I'd slipped her last month for personal stuff. Saw it all, stuff I wouldn't meant to peep. A week later, 7 days flat after that gut punch, Sarah hits me up, voice all shaky and desperate. Not the boss babe who'd iced me out. "Janet, rent's overdue. Landlord's tripping. Says if we don't pay up this week, we're out on our asses. You forgot the transfer?" Her tone quivered like the world's ending. I paused, flashing back to all the times I'd hustled to the bank, ditched my plans, ate cheap PB&J so they could ball out, and now, after ghosting me from the biggest day of my only kid's life, they had the balls to call like nothing popped off. "Sarah," I said, chill as ice, shocking even myself. "Didn't I tell y'all I only help out the real ones?" Dead silence on the line, so thick I heard my heartbeat thumping. For once, she was the one sweating, not me. "Sarah, I don't get it," she stammers. "We've always been tight. You're like a second mom." Bullshit, all cap wrapped in that sugary voice she pulled out only when she wanted stacks. Same vibe she'd used to hit me up for the dress, honeymoon fund, rings, stuff I'd chipped in for, clueless I'd missed the whole show. For years I'd been tiptoeing on eggshells, measuring every word, gift, favor, chasing scraps of love from my own blood and Bob. I was the ultimate mom, the ride-or-die MIL, the quiet bankroll who never beefed when they treated me like chopped liver. But only the VIPs flipped a switch in me that'd been off forever. I crunched the numbers. Over 3 years, rent, groceries, gifts, emergencies, random flexes, north of $25,000, cash I'd yanked from my 401k, my rainy day fund, the dough my late hubby left so I could chill in my golden years. And for what? To get sidelined like a nobody at my son's wedding? That night after hanging up, I crashed on my bed and bawled, but not sad tears, nah, rage, pent-up BS, years of swallowing crap. I cried for every time they made my love feel like a drag, my presence a buzzkill, my money the only W I brought. Cried for the sucker mom I'd been, the lady who'd ghosted herself trying to be irreplaceable to folks who saw me as disposable. Next morning, I woke up different, not just hurt, stone cold, stared in the mirror, same tired eyes, wrinkles mapping out decades of giving without getting, but there was steel in my gaze, a grit I'd buried under all that yes ma'am vibe. Brewed coffee like always, but didn't obsess over texting Jake good morning, didn't check my phone for apologies. For the first time in a feather, I was priority numero one. Sat at the kitchen table where I'd schemed surprises for 'em, tallied bills for their messes, ugly cried over their shade. Now it was ground zero for my glow up. Pulled out bank statements, crunched numbers like a detective. $600 rent times 36 months equals $21,600. Groceries, about $250 a month, equals $9,000. Gifts for B-days, holidays, anniversaries, at least $4,000. Sarah's doc visits, $1,000. Car loan they ghosted on repaying, $3,000. AC fix in their pad, $800. Furniture set, $1,500. Grand total, $40,900. My generosity scorecard. 40 grand pissed away from hubby's legacy, my pension, pennies I'd scraped together from 40 years grinding at the office, all to keep two grown-ass adults comfy while they treated me like dirt. Phone buzzed, Jake's name. Normally, I'd sprint to answer, heart racing for that sorry mom moment. This time, let it ring out. 10 minutes later, Sarah calls. Ignored that too. Text from Jake. Mom, pick up. We got to chat. Deleted. Sip my Joe like NBD. By 2 p.m., I dipped out for a walk. No agenda, no errands for them. First time in months without tying it to their drama. Strolled past the park where I'd pushed Jake on swings as a kid. Remembered that little dude hugging me tight, calling me the goat mom. When did he turn into this dude who hit me up like an ATM? When did I start equating love with Benjamins? When did I buy into buying affection? Hit the bank where I'd wired cash like clockwork. Manager, Mr. Klein, spots me through the glass, waves. Known him forever. He'd processed every dime to Jake and Sarah and watched my account drain. Rolled into his office. Mr. Klein, kill all those auto transfers. He blinks, shocked. For 3 years, they'd been automatic as taxes. You sure, Mrs. Thompson? Everything okay? Yeah, eyes wide open now. Cancel them all and lock down my accounts. No access for nobody else. While he handled it, my phone blew up. Jake, Sarah, rinse, repeat, like they sensed their cash cow dipping. Powered it off. Mrs. Thompson, Klein says, handing papers. Sorry to pry, but I've seen you go all out for your fam. Hope this ain't pressure. His real talk hit hard. This near stranger cared more than Jake had in months. No pressure, Mr. Klein, just done pressuring myself. Left the bank feeling light, like I ditched a ton of baggage. My dough was mine. No more funding leeches who saw me as a wallet with a pulse. Back home, brainstormed all I'd skipped for them. Trips nixed to save for their vibes. Friends ghosted because I was on call for their crises. Hobbies dumped because every buck on me was one less for their needs. Pulled up and 3 cars out front, Jake's, Sarah's, and some rando. Peeped movement inside my crib through the windows. Blood froze. They had keys. Gave 'em 'cause trust, thinking they'd got my back one day like I had theirs. Deep breath, open the door. Time for round 1 of new me. Inside, Jake slumped on my couch, head in his hands. Sarah pacing like a tiger. Older dude rifling through my papers on the table. My docs. What the hell's going on? I boom, louder than planned. They stare like I'm the intruder. Sarah jumps in first, desperate AF. Janet, thank God, we need to talk. This is Mr. Fisher from the law firm we hit up about your situation. My situation? I echo, steady. I'm golden. What's up? Jake lifts his head, eyes screaming money panic. Jake, Mom, bank said you axed the transfers and blocked us out. We don't get it. Mr. Fisher, 50s, gray suit, sketchy grin, steps up. Mrs. Thompson, Dr. Fisher, family law. Your kids are worried about your mental health. Asked me to check in. Didn't shake his hand. Snatched my papers off the table. These are private. No right to snoop. Jake cuts in, condescending as ever. Mom, we're concerned. You've been acting whack. Cutting us off, ghosting calls, might need pro help. Sarah grabs my hand with fake warmth. Janet, sweetie, stress is getting to you. At your age, confusion's normal. Confusion rang alarms. Bingo. They were gunning to label me nuts, grab my finances. Same chick who said I ain't VIP now playing concerned daughter. I ain't confused, I'll snap, shutting them down. Clearer than ever. Y'all bounce now. Fisher chimes in all reasonable. Mrs. Thompson, I get you overwhelmed, but fam can step in if decisions are off. They've got docs on weird behaviors. Weird behaviors, I barked a laugh. Like what? Owning my cash? Not bankrolling adults who treat me like trash? Sarah jumps like slapped. We never did you dirty, you're fam. Everything's yours one day anyway, she adds, just speeding it up. Truth bomb, I was already ghosted in their minds, just collecting early inheritance. Didn't matter if I had 70 years or 70 days, I was a walking check. Out, I point to the door. All y'all. Jake stands, pissed kid face. Mom, we got bills. Rent, car, cards you co-signed. Can't just dip. Can't I yell first time. Years paying rent not in my name. Filling fridges where I ain't welcome. Funding lives with no spot for me. Fisher pulls a folder. Docs to smooth this. Power of attorney for Jake and Sarah to handle your money. Temp till you're good. Tossed it in trash unopened. Only transition is y'all to the curb. Sarah cries, frustration tears. Can't do this. We counted on you, bought stuff, took debts knowing you got us. Debts on my dime, not my happiness, just my stacks. Now I'm the confused granny needing guards. Jake steps close, I back up. He ain't the nightmare hug kid anymore, a 35-year-old seeing mom as a roadblock to easy life. Mom, we messed up, he fake remorses. Wedding was a mix-up, Sarah was stressed. We can fix if you chill. Chill means keep paying while y'all shade me, pretend wedding snub didn't sting. Fisher packs up. This ain't over. Fam has options. If irrational from mental stuff, judge can rule guardianship. Threat hit hard. This wasn't family BS, real legal war. Do your homework, I eyed him, before threatening a 71-year-old who's bossed finances 40 years, raised the kids solo post-hubby's death, worked honest till retirement, funded 2 able adults till last week. They dipped with wounded egos, shut the door, soaked in silence, freedom soundtrack. Couldn't sleep that night, not sad but pumped, planned like a general. If war, I'd bring brains, not feels. 6 a.m. dressed, first stop, lawyer Mr. Weber, old connect from hubby's will, solid rep protecting seniors. Mrs. Thompson, what they pulled is elder abuse, federal crime, breaking in, snooping docs, violation. Words soothed and scared. Soothed 'cause I ain't crazy, scared 'cause serious. Document everything. Transfers, gifts, precious, update will to block tricks. 3 hours poring over records. Weber whistled at $40,900. Coulda lived large, traveled, instead funded ingrates who didn't invite you to the wedding. Left with plan. New locks, security cameras, new bank account elsewhere. Live life postponed. Hardware store. Mr. Summers knew me from fixing their pad. Another kid emergency? Nah, my crib. Best locks. His son Ethan does security. Perfect. Full system, price no issue. Prep and install, unknown call. Sarah from a burner. Janet, don't hang up. Let's adult. Talk. Wedding beef? Mistake. Let's do dinner. Celebrate at yours. Cook like old times.
Manipulation obvious. How much rent y'all owe? Silence. $1,200, 2 months, but not just that, we miss you. Miss me on my bread. Both, honest for once. Janet, Lil, we need help, but
Love you too. If important, why wedding ghost? Last call not begging? Silence. Never. Explaining once. Y'all treated me like ATM with heart. Used, ignored, humiliated. Chose I ain't VIP, now my choice. Hung up. Phone off. Liberation Day. No interruptions. Hit the salon. First in year plus. Always canceled for their urgence. Cynthia, my stylist. Thought you forgot us. Forgot me deserved pampering. Full works. Cut, color, mani-pedi, spent on self, guilt-free. Cynthia chats life, kids, dreams, no Jake and Sarah drama. Look free, she says. Some good? Learned no. Home, unknown car on porch, heart raced. More drama? Older lady on steps. Mrs. Thompson? Yeah, help? Eleanor Brooks next door, heard yelling yesterday, worried. Stranger cared more than fam. Coffee inside, story you'll flip. Over Joe spilled all. Eleanor listened, teared up. Did right, went through same with daughter 5 years back. Thought duty to fund adult life. Cut cash when calls only for dough. What happened? Threats, guilt trips. 6 months later, real apology. Now love-based relationship. Hope sparked. Jake and Sarah get it? Maybe, but not your job. Yours, live your life. Slept sound. No worries for their rent or food or whims. Thought me, plans, future. Next day, Ethan and Summers install locks and cams. Phone rings unknowns, Sarah trying, ignored like a pro. The system's fire, Ethan says. App views, auto police alert. Irony, protecting from my own kid, practical peace. Did something ditched years, called Lisa. Talks always Jake and Sarah's successes, code for my spending, told full story. Janet, about time. Heartbreaking hearing you brag dollars like love. Wanted to say, but what? Jake never loving words about you at fam stuff. Always, mom hooked me up. Service, not person. Hurt, but healing. Sarah talked future. When Janet's gone, remodel house or inherit, invest. Waitin' you die. Revelation, not just ATM, obstacle to inheritance. While making them happy, they planned post me. Doorbell, Eleanor with Joe. Company after yesterday. Sat, shared. Daughter said same. Second mom, special, ours anyway. Manipulation 101. Chapter 1, indispensable. Chapter 2, emergencies. Chapter 3, resist, mental health beef. Laughed bitter. Guilty cutting cash? Daily first 3 months. Then saw. Daughter's second job. Hubby hustled. Learned means. Saw me as a person. Afternoon, hubby's grave. Excuses always for their crises. Sat by stone. Robert, lost myself post you. Poured into Jake. Best mom mode. Forgot me. Wind felt like listening. Your son changed, or always. Money you left spent on them. No more. Cleaned, fresh flowers, stayed hour. Peace, no rush for their drama. Home, 3 cars again. Heart thump, but ready. Cam showed Jake, Sarah, 2 randos. Agitated, didn't exit car. Called Weber. They're back. Stay put, I'm coming. Calling the cops. Got temp restraining order. Weber and cops arrived. Watch talk. Jake gesture mad. Sarah cry. Cop. Safe out, ma'am. Visitors leaving. Out car. Jake yells. Ridiculous. Fam. Can't cop you son. Fam don't threaten incompetence suits. Break in. Treat moms like ATMs.
Sarah, pay what you owe, co-sign bills, can't abandon. Weber, calms through me, consult a lawyer before threats, docs on 3-year voluntaries.
Watched him dip defeated, not over, but confident. Pro help, Eleanor support, clarity. Eleanor dinner invite, met daughter, real fam vibes, respect, genuine chat, no money asks. Wanted that with Jake. Maybe one day, first learn you deserve respect, not resource. Bed hopeful, days peaceful. Cams caught him drive-bys, parking, scoping, logged all for Weber. Persistence helps permanent order. Friday breakfast, doorbell, well-dressed lady, folder, smile, Cams, pro. Miss Janet Thompson, senior services social investigator, report you at risk, wellness check. Blood chilled, escalated to Gov. ID checked, real. Miss Schmidt, let in, refusal worse. Reports, financial changes, fam cutoff, paranoia Cams, refused help. Lena's word twist, calling lawyer first. Not interrogation, check. Nothing hide, abuser logic. Called Weber, 20 minutes later. Miss Schmidt, court order, client represented, harassment otherwise. Concerned fam report, same fam power of attorney push, break in, folder out, abuse docs, 40,900, investigate them, not her. Schmidt shifts, why stop support? Realized using me, not mom, bank. Family responsibility, raised till 18, tools for adulting, 35, married, his job. Weber, normal 35-year-old needs 71-year-old for rent. Schmidt, no risk, case closed. Post, Weber, escalating, spending on pros for incompetence. Desperate? Yup. Could sue guardianship, hard win but possible. Called Lisa Vent. See how far for money, risking fam, rep, all for access. Revelation, never mom or MIL, money on legs. Painful, liberating, no guilt protecting. Evening, Eleanor Garden Club friends over, shared suit, outrage. Testify, you're thriving, clearer than 40-year-olds. Elfrida, greedy kids declare parents nuts forever, but you got docs, support, friends. Sad, no reconciliation, destroyed for cash. Best, no true colors. Cried that night, grief goodbye to dream fam, but iron will, no stripped dignity of freedom. War on, ready. Month later, routine, breakfast and newspaper, garden, lunch friends, pain afternoons. Thursday, Weber Grimm, filed incompetent suit, guardianship request, stones dropped, son stealing legally. Proof, witnesses erratic, unpaid bills, hoarded meds, lies, fabricated. Dr. Lehman, refusal equals decline, turns self-defense to proof. Witnesses, Sarah, neighbor Davis, beef over parking, pharmacist Green, pharmacy, Green nervous, Sarah asked meds, worried strange, told vitamins and aspirin, she twisted to not caring health, signed tricked, right clarification, Davis hostile, crazy, Cams, visitors yelling, superficial malice, no reason. Defense plan, own psych eval, Dr. Moore, kind, sharp, 2 hours questions and tests, above average, excellent function, why fam, elder exploitation classic, emergency club meet, testify favor, 1 life back. Trial 3 weeks, woke early, black suit, mirror, steel, not just capacity, dignity, freedom. Weber, burden theirs, prove incompetent, we show not. Hall, Jake and Sarah dressed sharp, eyes meet, Jake dodges, Sarah cold, their lawyer, portray manipulated victim, decline, cut support, paranoia, isolated under influence. Sarah testifies, tears streaking down her cheeks. Second mom, devastating decline. Weber crosses. Last non-money call, wedding snub, only VIPs. Context, cracks. Jake, generous, now erratic, manipulated. Cross, $40,900, visits no asks, break in, need mom rent at 35, silence. Davis, superficial, layman, refusal, proof. Weber submits more eval. Our turn. Green, tricked. Moore, excellent. Summers, competence. Eleanor and friends, vitality. Me, story full. $40,900, humiliation, manipulation. Stop why, not love, transaction. Money welcome, me not. Regret, took too long. Their clothes, victim manipulation. Weber, not incompetent, free from abuse. No medical evidence, frustrated income loss. Judge deliberates 2 hours. Obvious full faculties. Eval confirms. Decisions rational. Suit motivated greed. Denied. 1. Freedom, dignity. Outside, Sarah, hatred glare. Jake, maybe regret, too late. Celebration, toast justice, sisterhood. One life, right. Future, mine. 3 months, sold house, city apart. Donated half to elder protection. Rest, Europe travel, art, volunteer. No contact, Jake or Sarah. Heard, smaller apart. Sarah working first time. Adversity teach what generosity couldn't. Night's balcony stars, old me fearful, buying love, dead. New, love no price, freedom priceless. Janet, 72, loving and protecting self first. If you dug this, smash, like, sub, comment what you do. Heard where? Donate, support more stories. Thanks. Heartfelt. Till next.